So for those of you that are like, okay, I've established my boundaries, I understand my placement, I'm establishing my boundaries, what's next? How else do I become blended? The next step, the Lord said, the next thing is understanding the power of mutual respect and accountability. You only get out what you put in, so you have to give it all that you have, understanding that each experience is all going to play a part in the end testament of where your family is and how it grows and how it flourishes. But mutual respect and accountability is important, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it is absolutely important. In fact, it's just important just to teach accountability with your children. As adults, it's important just to take accountability and to have mutual respect, to understand that we're not always, as a family, going to agree. And guess what? That's okay. At some point, y'all, we got to embrace that we're not always going to be right and we're not always going to agree. But what we're going to do is respect what your experience is and respect what my experience is. That's the one thing I can say that has helped my husband and I in our journey, in our relationship, is that understanding that my perspective and my feelings are not going to be his, and him understanding that his thoughts and his experience is not going to be mine. And so even as it pertains to with us being blended, the way that, it's easy because when the child comes from you, you are going to take things personal. That's instinct for you. That protective factor, that's automatic. And so there were times where I would bring up a concern or bring up something that would happen, and my husband would be offended because he would think that I'm attacking the character of our son when that was never the case, right? And so then I had to begin to ask the Lord, okay, well then how do I communicate with my spouse? Again, that vertical right there, had to say, Lord, well, how do I communicate with him in a way that he'll receive what I'm saying from a healed and a whole place and not from a place of attack, right? And so the Lord began to show me, he said, it's that mutual respect and accountability. You get out what you put in. And so give it all that you have, but understand that each experience for each person stands alone. And when you understand that concept, it begins to release you from the weight that you'll carry from having to have hard conversations in regards to the child. I mean, you have to have them because they're going to come up. They're going to come up. And anybody that tell you that they won't come up, either they just wasn't present or they didn't care. But if you care and if you are committed to your family becoming the best versions of themselves, and for you guys to be united, and for you guys to have a realistic, realistic view and experience of your blended family, then it's going to come up. So trust and believe that. But that's what it is. After you have established that you're going to be present, after you have implemented and gotten the boundaries, understood what boundaries are, the third thing is understanding mutual respect and accountability. And listen, it works. Trust me. One day I'm gonna do some tests on my theories, and not even theories, on the insight the Lord gave me, because he gave them to me. And they've been matching up with the Word of God. And they have been truly the foundations of how you become blended in our house. So, y'all got to do that. Mutual respect and accountability. And have that be the norm, the culture of the house. We're going to respect each other, no matter the experience. That is a requirement.